Hello and welcome to the Run Testers. My name's Nick and this is our first run review of the Brooks Hyperion Elite 3. So we're a bit behind on this one. I acknowledge that the Hyperion Elite 3 came out in the UK a fair bit after it came out in the US, so the review's going back a year now, but thought it would still be good to give our thoughts on Brooks's top-of-the-range carbon racing shoe. It costs £190 in the UK, $250 in the US, which is a strange conversion, it's fair to say. It has an 8mm drop with a stack height of 35mm at the heel and 27mm at the forefoot, and the new version weighs in at 249 grams or 8.8 ounces, which is quite a lot heavier than Hyperion Elite 2, which is 223 grams or 7.9 ounces. It's a strange thing to see in an update of a carbon racing shoe that the weight goes up so much, and pretty much the weight gain is entirely down to the new upper on the Hyperion Elite 3. This is a quick knit upper. It's quite a burly knit and there's more padding at the heel there compared to what you've got on Hyperion Elite 2. I think there were some fit issues with this shoe, and Brooks has gone all out to make sure that doesn't happen again with an entirely redesigned upper from this knit material. Even the laces are a bit heavier and different on the new shoe compared to the old one, and that's really where all the differences are in the new shoe. It's still got a DNA Flash midsole. That's Brooks's nitrogen infused foam, which you see on shoes like the Hyperion Max as well, Hyperion Tempo. It's a lightweight poppy foam. It's not very soft and squishy, but it does deliver a pretty responsive ride. You've got the full length plate running through it as well, and then on the outsole you've got pretty minimal rubber coverage there. Fair bit on the forefoot, not a lot at the heel, but this exposed foam is that DNA Flash foam. It's quite hardy. I had quite a long stretch of my run today. I was running along a canal towpath on quite gravelly tracks and not seen any signs of wear or tear or anything like that. I think probably don't have to worry too much with durability in this shoe. It's more a question of, is the performance there? The Hyperion Elite 2 was a shoe I liked quite a lot. It doesn't give you necessarily the same level of propulsion and energy return of shoes from other brands in the carbon shoe world, but it was a lightweight poppy shoe that was more stable than most carbon shoes, and I did enjoy going quick in it. One of, I think, the main features of DNA Flash foam actually is it's lightweight, so it's a shame to see the new shoe get such a big weight gain, which puts it alongside things like the Alphafly and Adios Pro 3, which are higher stack shoes, or in the realm of kind of trainer racers. So it's an interesting decision from Brooks. We'll see how it works out on the run. So on the fit of the shoe, I'll tell you, it's quite a big shoe. This is a UK 9, which is my normal running shoe size, and it comes up very roomy in the toe box in particular. I was fine on the run today with the fit around the heel and midfoot, no problems there, but I've probably got a bit too much room in the toe box. I could have gone a half size down, and this is my normal size across the board in US size, US 10, EU 44, UK 9, and it's just a bit long up front there for me, so I would probably go half a size down myself, and I've got quite a narrow foot, so it really is showing how much room I've got there. If you have a wider foot, you might enjoy that extra space up top, but yeah, fit's a bit long, I think. So just heading off to do first run in the Brooks Hyperion Elite 3. It's a shoe I've had a while. I've been meaning to start testing for a while, but other shoes have come in and been a little bit more pressing, a little bit more exciting, if I'm honest. This doesn't feel like the most exciting carbon shoe on the market, especially with the gaining weight for the third generation, but I did like the Hyperion Elite 2. I thought it was a nice, fast, light, stable carbon shoe, if not the most dynamic and exciting. So I'm hoping it will still be a good ride today with the Hyperion Elite 3. Heading out for quite a long run today. Going to take it nice and easy for the first few kilometres. Nice relaxed pace, build up a bit, and then run a good hard section in the middle to test out the shoe, and then jog home afterwards. So not exactly sure on distances of each of those sections or the overall run, but pleasant day heading out of the shoe and seeing how it feels underfoot. So just coming up to around an hour in, or about 15k. I did a nice easy warm up and then did kind of a 7k progression where I started around 3:45 a k and moved down to my marathon pace, so 3:30 a k. And yeah, actually early on I really liked the shoe. It was giving a fair bit back, more than I expected really. And right now running at this pace, which is quite relaxed, pace is a bit harder than I'd expect. But then when trying to push the pace, I don't know, I was running on very similar terrain that I did kind of a similar run in the Nike Vaporfly 3 win when I was running quicker, and was kind of running to feel like a steady effort, marathon effort, see what pace came out, and it just so much easier in the Vaporfly. I feel like you got a lot more back from the foam, a lot more propulsion, lighter shoe too, and just rolled through 3:30s quite comfortably. Today, slightly different situation, I'm 10 days out from a marathon and all that, but just feel like you're working a lot harder in the shoe than some of the other carbon shoes to produce a good pace. So at the moment it feels good. You can obviously run quick in it. I enjoyed running quick in it. That's what it's great for.
but certainly feels like there's a gap to the kind of performance you get from some carbon shoes with foams that just return a bit more energy, really. But enjoying it for now. It's comfortable, certainly. Going to cruise for another 8k or so probably, and see how I feel at the end. So all done. Flick that up. Should I flick that up? I don't know. I'm not going to flick that up. So I did about 23k there, just averaged just under 4k in the end. Like, I think the shoe was really nice for the first and kind of third parts of the run, just ticking over at a good pace, heart rate nice and controlled, but running a little bit quicker than you expect. Good shoe for rolling through long runs like that, you know, marathons potentially as well. But actually, when you start to push the pace in the middle there, it just lacks a little bit compared to some of the other carbon shoes out there in terms of the punch you get from that midsole. I think I probably prefer the Hyperion Elite 2 just for being lighter, like the same midsole there. Do like DNA Flash foam as a very consistent, reliable foam that gives you the same amount back throughout a run. It just doesn't give you as much back as other foams. It's never going to bottom out, but it's never going to deliver the lively bounce you can get from some carbon shoes. In a way, like, it reminded me a bit of the Hoka Carbon X3, in that it's a really nice shoe to roll through at a good pace. Not so good for actually pushing the pace. I think it is better than the Carbon X3 for that, because it's a bit lighter and the foam is a bit more responsive than you get from the Carbon X3. But I don't know, I struggle to see where the shoe can fit into the world given how expensive it is. Like, it would be a really nice kind of trainer racer maybe, but going up against the best carbon shoes, I'm not sure you're getting quite enough there. But it was a good fun shoe for a long run today. Really nice long run shoe. Be a nice shoe to have around, just to knocking out long runs at good paces, doing tempo runs, other kind of fast workouts. But you're not going to pay $200, 200 quid for that, are you? So it's a shame. I don't really get the updates to it that much either, because changing this upper, I didn't have a big problem with the previous upper. Maybe a lot of people did, but it's an okay upper. But adding weight to the shoe when it's pitched as a super shooter racing shoe just doesn't seem the right way to go. But yeah, I did enjoy it today. Like, it's a nice shoe to click through a run like that in. Have no problems with it. It just, doesn't live up to its price tag and billing in a market so laden with excellent carbon racing shoes and even excellent plated training shoes. This feels more akin to something like the Endorphin Speed or the Magic Speed 2 from Asics, and that's not a good place to be if you've got a price tag like this. Early verdict, keep nice and quick. Talked a lot about the run test there. I think this is a nice shoe. Enjoyed running long in it today. Really was really pleasant to tick along at a good pace, nice control pace, low heart rate, with a pace higher than you might expect, which is typical for carbon shoes generally. But then when pushing in the middle of the run, doing that 7-kilometer progression, it just lacked a bit of those top end paces. You have to work a bit harder. The shoe doesn't turn over as nicely or give you as much bounce as some of the best carbon shoes out there. Even ones that weigh a similar amount. If you're looking at things like the Alphafly and Adios Pro 3, give a lot more booming propulsion from the foams in their midsole, which you just don't get so much from this DNA Flash foam. It's a nice foam, a stable foam, just not as lively. I think almost it works better in something like the Hyperion Max, which is just a really lightweight shoe with a nice midsole, lower profile, like for speeding up and really going fast. That shoe feels really good. The Hyperion Elite would certainly give you the edge running long at good paces compared to the Hyperion Max, but it doesn't give you quite the same level of propulsion as other shoes. So yeah, we'll keep testing it when we can. I'll try and do like a track session in it, that kind of thing. But for the moment, it's not really hitting the level that you'd expect for a shoe of this price from a big brand like Brooks. When you can see when you look at the range of excellent carbon shoes you can get from other brands that are lighter, bouncier, and actually a lot of them are actually cheaper in sales or even at RRP. So yeah, it's a bit of a tough sell.
So that's our first impression of the Brooks Hyperion Elite 3. Are you a big fan of this shoe? You might have been using it for a long time now, so this did come out in the US a bit earlier. What do you really like about it? If so, if not, tell us why you don't like it. Please dive into the comments of those thoughts, like and subscribe, ring the little bell, and we'll see you next time.